With me now is Eric Ham, CTV News U.S. political analyst. Eric, Trump is accusing Canada of treating the U.S. unfairly for decades, saying he won't allow this bridge to open until Canada treats his country with fairness and respect. Break this all down for us. Where is this coming from, Eric?
This is hard to break down. It's hard to break down anything going on in the mind of the president. But what we know about this project is Donald Trump, during his first term in office, actually gave his full support behind the Gordie Howe International Bridge, saying that it was a priority for the bridge to be completed. And he actually believed that this would be a good and viable project for both the United States as well as Canada. Now what we're seeing here is the president somehow is trying to renege or renegotiate terms, but nevertheless, this is actually a bridge that is owned and operated by Canada. We know that it was Republican Michigan Governor Rick Snyder who actually approved the project long ago, and when there was some issues over it, of course, former President Barack Obama also allowed for permitting to actually move forward for this bridge to be completed. And so what we're seeing here is not only is this, again, the president attempting to try to thwart Canadian interests, but in doing so, he's also going after his own. We have to remember there's an open Senate seat in Michigan this year, and with the president now blocking what will be one of the busiest border crossings between Canada and the United States, this could be problematic not only for the U.S. economy, but more importantly, for the president politically as well.
Would Trump actually be able to stop the bridge from opening, Eric?
It's very difficult to see. Of course, we do know that a lot of the permitting will have to be allowed on the federal side, so it would be complex. It's unclear if he can outright stop the bridge from actually opening. But I think what this speaks to is, and because if you look at the full Truth Social post, the president is deeply concerned about that trade agreement between Canada and China. And I think right now, the United States under this administration is no longer looking at Canada more as an ally or a partner or even a competitor. I think based on what we're seeing and hearing from Donald Trump, he sees Canada more as a threat. And I think that is why we're seeing the president continue to ratchet up these attacks on Canada.
So how should Canada respond?
That's a really good question. I suspect Prime Minister Carney is going to have to use all of his diplomatic wiles in order to try to navigate this. But again, what we could see is we know that CUSMA negotiations are going to be starting in earnest in the spring. And I think what we're seeing right now, at least with this bridge, President Donald Trump is trying to find a way to find leverage to try to one-up Canadian officials as those negotiations get underway in the next few months.
All right. Very interesting. Eric, thank you very much for this.
Thank you.
That's Eric Ham, CTV News U.S. political analyst.